Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the AEGEA Tuesday Night Opportunity Zoom. My name is Suzi Jackson, and I am in North Carolina, and it's my pleasure just to welcome everybody. AEGEA is a new young company that is introducing some products to the marketplace that involve quantum resonance, the most advanced quantum resonance. So that's what you're going to be learning about tonight. So I want to welcome you to our presentation and welcome you to the future, and you will learn more about what that means. So our presenter tonight is Mr. George Hoagland from Las Vegas, Nevada. George is a former high school teacher, but has spent many years in the home-based business industry. He's a top professional, a top leader with the company, and has one of the largest teams in the company. So George, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Well, thank you, Suzi, and welcome everybody to our PowerPoint presentation and webinar tonight on AEGEA. And, you know, I've been in the energy field for over 14, 15 years now and taught biology and chemistry. I can tell you that this whole area of frequencies and how they can affect our bodies is an amazing field. I think what you need to understand is that each one of us has a biofield. And if you ever doubted that, if you got electrocuted, you know, you've got some kind of field going on. There are ways to do muscle testing, but one of the best ways is to try one of our products. And we're going to go through those products really quickly tonight. But, you know, I think it's understood by many of us that we have a meridian system. We have a system throughout our body. And the way Dr. Tim talked about it last Saturday, I thought was great. It's like an electrical system. And that when it's running smoothly, all the electricity runs properly through our body. But due to the toxins and just living life and many of the diseases we run into, it gets us into unbalance. It can affect every single organ in our body. And AEGEA has set up a set of products that are designed to create what we call these are holograms. And of course, we also have a card called a quantum card, which are designed to hold frequencies, not just any frequencies, but specific frequencies to help improve our health. This is a whole new area of science. And what I love about this, I'm going to play a short video on this. And what I love about this, it is a field that's up and coming. In fact, I think that it will change the future of medicine. And I'm just going to play a short clip here to show you the kinds of videos and information that's coming out.
Integrative medicine based on quantum physics. Quantum physics explains the nature and behavior of matter and energy on the atomic and subatomic level. It explains from the smallest particle how the entire universe works. These scientific discoveries fundamentally change how we perceive our entire reality. From the fastest computers in the world to your everyday grocery store scanner, the application of quantum physics is at the leading edge of modern technology today. The language of quantum physics helps us to better understand integrative medicine. Various alternative healing modalities from both ancient and modern medical traditions become as logical, elegant, and satisfying as the interpretation of quantum physics itself. Quantum physics proposes consciousness as the fabric of reality. It is a model for a deeper understanding of the universe and consequently the art of healing. With an in-depth knowledge of the gifts of quantum physics and medicine, we are better equipped to prevent disease and promote optimal health for every human being.
Promote optimum health for every human being. Oh, I forgot to show that, didn't I? That was interesting. Sorry about that. This is actually the video I was showing, and what it shows is that when you look at the universe in quantum physics, when you go into detail, what's interesting is it is the cutting edge of medicine is going to be the language of quantum physics. And what's interesting is AEGEA is on the cutting edge of this particular area. And sometimes it's a little difficult to explain to people exactly what this is, but it's an amazing, amazing technology which anybody and everybody can avail themselves of. So I want to talk about what AEGEA is as far as its ability to affect the energy flow in your body. And what I love about what Jeff has put together here, Cohen, the owner of AEGEA, is his theme is to create a wearable technology that's easy to put on all you do is what we call stick it and forget it. It's a group of what we call patches and a card that you can put on in the morning or anytime and really affect your whole health. And this whole system of what we call AEGEA products really came out of the works only about 100 years old, and that's Tesla. And he is known for knowing if you wanted to find out what the secret of the universe is, all you have to do is think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is an incredibly new and powerful concept created there. Of course, you can see what's happened all the way to the Tesla cars. But the fact is that this started the whole kind of understanding, even though for years we understood meridian systems, you can talk about the Chinese medicine, and that everything in your body is energy. But what's interesting is we've been able to harness this 3,000-year history of meridians and energy systems with technology to create the most cutting-edge wearable technology in the universe on the earth today that we will be able to actually affect people's health. And the way we do that is we integrate these frequencies into various products. And the first one is this, what we call the energetics or quantum energy card. Now it looks like a simple, almost the size of a credit card, but you notice the fabric here is a carbon-based fabric. And Jeff wanted to create something which he calls a grounding card, or a card that really contained all kinds of frequencies. This card is kind of the basis of all the other products. It enhances all the rest of the products. And to go through what it does, when you put this near your body, in fact, we had some people in Australia measure this. It goes out about 2 to 3 feet. Imagine that, 2 to 3 feet. If you actually could see the frequencies go out that much. So when you put it on your body, it's really covering your whole body. And these frequencies, as they go through the body, look at the many things that can happen. It neutralizes the harmful energies. It strengthens the body's bioenergy field. It increases your energy level. It assists in reducing soreness and ache, calming effect into mental and physical health, reduces the stress, improves the food, improves the taste of the food. It does about everything, not just in humans, but also in animals, as well as the food, water, and plants. It is one of the most remarkable products that you'll ever have on you. And if you have loved ones or people you know, everybody in the world should have one of these cards. So I want to bring in my good friend, Suzi Jackson, for a second. And Suzi, you got to see this card in practice. In fact, Dr. Tim talked about it a lot last time. Tell us a little bit about what happened to you in terms of the use of this card, what you've seen it happen, and why you joined AEGEA.
Thank you, George. Wow, this is an amazing card. It's probably one of my favorite products. Before I tell you my experience with it, I'll tell you why I'm here with AEGEA. I've been in the home-based business industry for nearly 18 years, and prior to learning about AEGEA, I had actually retired. I just didn't see anything in the marketplace that really had gotten me excited. But when I learned about just what you're talking about this company that had patented the process of measuring and capturing these frequencies and embedding them on these little patches and in this card that we could place on and around our body that would transform our health, I was absolutely fascinated. The quantum card in particular for me, I keep it on me 24/7. I do my workouts, I sleep, I energize my water, I energize my food. I mean, it's extremely versatile, and it just, for me, just gives me an overall feeling of wellness because everything that I'm eating and consuming is now energized with these grounding frequencies. And then also it's protecting me from the harmful effects of electromagnetic frequency. So one of the most amazing things about the company is that we have the most advanced quantum resonance that is out there, and it gives us great flexibility. You will see new products coming from our company because we can really do anything. There's no limits for us with this technology, George.
It really isn't. And I'm going to have some announcements at the end of where we're going with this new technology because Jeff has some real surprises coming up for us this month and next month. But I wanted to move on quickly. Before we move on, I wanted to maybe get Frank to talk a little bit about the energetics relief patch right here. This is one of my favorite patches because of the fact that it's so dramatic. Now, Frank, this is probably the first product that you got involved with. and I know it had a dramatic effect on what happened to you. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about your experience with this particular product and why it was so dramatic for you? I guess we lost Frank. Okay, well, I can tell you, I'll tell you a story. You know, discomfort relief is one of the most dramatic products that we have. This is probably the most demonstratable product, because if you've been in any kind of discomfort, it's something that, you know, that you don't want to have, obviously. And it's something that if you can actually help relieve somebody else's discomfort, it's an amazing feeling. And I've seen this product work hundreds of times. I've heard about it through other people, and I've watched it myself. I want you to think about anybody that has discomfort. What happens is we have this thermography comparison, and what you're looking at here is a person with some shoulder discomfort, and you can see the red areas represent in a kind of what we call a heat thermography. So you see there's issues going on in this particular area. When you put on these energetic reliefs, what's going to happen is you can see that you get an almost immediately decrease in the temperature. That's reflected in oftentimes people feeling much better, and the discomfort seems to leave. On a scale of 1 to 10, Susie, I've seen people go from a 10 to a 1, 10 to a 0, 10 to a 5 in terms of the discomfort. It's an amazing process to see, and people are almost in shock. I've seen people, I had a friend of mine, in fact, it's my wife, she had, I don't know if you've seen anybody with back pain, but a lot of times she'll sleep and she just wakes up with terrible pain in the lower back. And you know, she doesn't like to take aspirin all the time or other products. She just puts 2 of these on in the center of the back, and she can go about her day. It is the most amazing product, and it really demonstrates the power of frequencies. And of course, our goal here at AEGEA is to get products that can affect everybody in a positive way. But not everybody is in discomfort. The 2 most common issues that people talk about is discomfort, and the second one is lack of energy. And if you're like me, as you get older, your energy level just begins to go down and down. And one of the biggest reasons for that is the circulation throughout our body. Both our heart and our whole circulatory system begins to go down as time goes on, just wears out. And as that happens, your circulation decreases. The nitro patch, which is really focused on nitric oxide, is something Jeff came up with in order to help people have more energy and increase that flow of the blood system. So if you just Google what nitric oxide is and you start to see the many benefits of it, these are things that everybody's experiencing. Now, Susie, you have somebody coming on Thursday that's going to talk about this at length. Why don't you give us a little bit of a preview of what that's going to look like and why the nitric oxide or nitrocubic is so important in our lineup of products?
Well, yes, on Saturday, we will have Dr. Pat, who is an energy practitioner, who will be talking to us about nitric oxide. The problem is that most people are actually either deficient or depleted in nitric oxide, and it's one of the most critical molecules to life. And it affects our arteries and the plaque within the arteries, our blood flow, oxygen going through the body. So she's going to talk about, you know, what are the symptoms? I mean, what does it look like when you are low in nitric oxide? What are people experiencing? And then what can they expect to experience when they have adequate supplies of nitric oxide, like what our nitro patch does for people. So it's going to be very interesting, and it's be very informative.
It's going to be very informative. And for those of you who haven't tried it yet, just try it on your forearms in this case, or put it where the blood flow is really close to the skin. This is one of my favorite areas, which is the inside of the wrist right there. This is where I get my best benefit because the skin is so thin, it's directly near all your arteries and your veins. So this thermography comparison shows you the before here, and again the after, and again we've got, you know, some real science showing a dramatic effect just wearing these nitro patches. But the more important thing is how people feel. And the thing I get on this is my ability to feel energetic all day long. I used to take naps in the afternoon. When you have this, you just feel, to me, I feel more mentally alert. I feel more energetic. You have that kind of youthfulness that you associate with aging. One of the things that Dr. Tim talked about on Saturday, I thought, Suzi, that was important, was he said sometimes, because it's sometimes people get a dramatic result, but a lot of people, this kind of grows on them. And one of the ways to know how effective our patches are is go for a while and then stop. Have you had that happen, Suzi?
No.
You haven't stopped then, right?
And the reason is because I'm very consistent with the products, and I'm afraid to go off of them.
That's very true. We have Mr. Jeff Cohen, if you wanted to say. I see Jeff jumped on. If Jeff wants to chime in here, he's more than welcome to. We're going to have some announcements at the end. But, this is one of my favorite patches, because not everybody has some discomfort, but everybody I know of wants to have energy and wants to have better blood flow. It's just amazing how effective this patch is. Then I've got to talk about the Burn product. This is something we just came out with this year. It's my favorite because I've lost over 20 pounds on it. And we don't guarantee results with anybody. We don't, so, especially weight loss, we don't guarantee that. But what we do guarantee is that these products will work to some degree, and some more than others. But I can tell you this product is ingenious. It has over 36 different ingredients or frequencies that were put into this. It's a 3-patch system. And what Jeff did was he put in, with the formula that Jeff did together, 36 different ingredients that have all to do with frequencies that affect your weight management. It helps detox the body. It'll help suppress your appetite. It'll increase your metabolism. It burns fat. And it's made from 100% all natural and organic ingredients. And it's one of my favorite products. I do this in conjunction with the Nitro Cubic because I want that extra energy as well. Now, so you've seen this work as well. Can you tell us a couple of people that you've heard use this, and what are you hearing back from people?
Well, I actually have heard from some people. I have a friend of mine who she lost about 10 inches in 5 weeks. And wow. She said that, had she not taken her own measurements, that she would not believe it. And I also heard from another lady who had lost about 41 pounds. So some of the effects have been dramatic. Myself, I've only lost a few pounds, but I only had a few pounds to lose, but they were stuck on me. So it was nice to get them unstuck. So we're getting tremendous results, from both men and women.
Exactly. And, the thing about it is you just try it and see what happens. If you don't get results the first week, just keep on it. Sometimes people have stuck meridians. Some people have stuck energy. Some people, it doesn't work their very first week. And so you've got to stay with these kind of products, no matter what you do, and give them the chance to really kick in to get the results. Then we've got this amazing product, the EMF Shield. Anybody who's done any studies about the 5G, just Google or YouTube EMF or the 5G and its effects. The issue is that you have scientists on one side who say nothing's happening, and you have scientists on the other who say there's a lot of harm happening. Now, this is probably what we decided for some years. And very much the way smoking was for many years, we kind of knew it probably had some health risks, but it took a while for science to catch up to really prove there was an issue. You don't want to wait till the consensus is, by every scientist, it really has a dramatically detrimental effect on your body. This is what I call our insurance policy, especially if you're going to have children. We don't know what is affecting us, but I do know this. There's people that have dramatic problems with just the energy flow throughout the house. Why not put these EMF shields on your computer, on your phones, your microwave, on anything and everything in the house that can affect you? Suzi, do you know one of the neat things to do to show you how EMF is affecting your health? You're supposed to say what? Well, try this.
What is it, George?
The night before you go to bed, unhook your internet connection. Just unplug it and see what happens to your dreaming. See what happens to the quality of sleep.
I will do it tonight.
And it's a great way and to see how people react to it. But since it's invisible, since it's happening, a lot of people don't realize how harmful it can be. So this is the best protection I know of to help yourself, and especially your children, I think. Protect yourself from the amazing number of EMFs that are coming after you. Now this product, the Freshness card, along with the card, or the other Quantum card, you know, I get flowers from my wife very often, and they cost $15. I don't know what they call in North Carolina, but here in Vegas, they're $15 for a small bouquet. I hate seeing them like in 2 days start to wilt over. Have you seen that happen, Susie? You know, they start to wilt. So
yes.
What I do,
Yes.
I put the Freshness card and the Quantum card next to it, and they last for every week. If you ever wanted a home demonstration besides a muscle test on how effective the card is so quickly, get some flowers and put these cards next to it and see what happens. This is just a 30-day lab test time release on what happens when you use the card here with 30 days versus the same loaf of bread left out in the open. You get this mold. It's amazing how effective this is. In fact, our manufacturer won some awards for this. Susie, have you tried this before on your products?
Yes, I keep it in my refrigerator. Every bit of produce that comes in my house sits on that Freshness card for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes because it actually neutralizes the herbicides and the pesticides and any radiation. So it stays in my refrigerator, on my countertop, my avocados. I mean, everything that I consume in my home passes through my Freshness card. It's one of my favorite products as well.
It really is. And then we have to end with the pet. One of the things that Jeff always talked about is that anything that's not just humans have a bioelectric field, but also pets. Now, I don't have a pet story because I don't have the pets here with Anya. I just ordered it. But I know that Penny had amazing testimony on this pet product. Maybe you've heard a couple things, Susie. But I know this. People love their pets. And I know that Dr. Tim talked about some of the animals not feeling well. You just put the card or this pendant there, and you'll see the next day they just feel great. What have you noticed, Susan?
Well, you know, I just noticed when I put the pet tag on my little puppy, he's 6 years old, he just seemed like he was a little more spry and not quite as anxious with storms and so forth. But, you know, he's pretty healthy and you know, I just want him to stay that way. So this is a 24/7 protection for him.
You know, we have the shady guy with the pet. I was trying to unmute to hear his story, but we're going to hear more and more about the pet stories. But we have an amazing array of products that affect everyone, and even your pets. So with all that, I wanted to talk a little bit about making money, and I wanted to say that when you have products that are this dramatic, there's a business opportunity. We do network marketing, at least I do, and most people do, to make a part-time or full-time income eventually for those who want to go that far. And I want to bring on my good friend, Charles Mackey, here to go through a little bit about, Charles, just tell us why you joined, and if you can, quickly go through some of the products, some of the compensation plan, and what you see here at AEGEA.
All right. Thanks, George. And I hope I'm coming in clear, but
yeah.
When you bring up why we joined, I remembered when I first got a call from Eric. It was this energy and this technology was so new to me that I was on the phone going, okay. And I was really impressed with what he had set up as a foundation for the compensation plan, because I'm one of those who feel like one of the biggest products when I'm looking at a business is how it pays out and how I can be rewarded. So when I saw the compensation plan, I said, definitely got my attention, send me some product, let me order some product, and let's see how it works. Well, as soon as I got my product in, me and my wife were on our way to the movies, and we went by the mailbox, and she was talking about she had an appointment for abscess tooth. And so I was like, man, you know, if your mouth is hurting, this is really not going to be an enjoyable movie. Well, I just reached in the back, pulled out some of the, and it happened to be the nitro, and it was the nitro and the energetic. and we placed 2 of them right on her neck or around under her jaw where the abscess tooth was. And I bet it was within 5 minutes she started. I seen her over there making some faces, and she said, "What's going on?" And I thought it might have been making it worse, but she said, "Hey, I don't have any pain," and I'm stretching and trying to contort my mouth, and she said, "The pain is gone. This is amazing." So I said, "Uh-oh, we might have something here." So needless to say, my wife was hooked from there, and then, man, she wears 5 or 6 patches at a time. She loves it. She was going through some menopause things, and it's really helping with that. It helped me with an old 30-year football injury, and so I'm just a proponent of wearing them. And so just feel better all the way around. We even have one of the quantum card attached to our bed as we started finding out about grounding. But again, my part here mainly is to talk about the compensation. And so, again, me being a 30-year networker, I was blown away at the compensation. And I love what I like to call a street level 2-buy or street level binary, mainly because of what Jeff and Eric has set up is that even the average person sharing this can get the 2 right people, and with the admin and the introduction of the matching bonuses and how simple it is to obtain it, they can really put themselves in position to earn some serious income. And not only believe in that, but now after a year plus of being in this, these weekly checks are great. You know, I'm still, and in today's age, getting consistent weekly checks for over a year is like dog years in today's industry. And so that's the one thing we've never missed a beat on the check. My wife is always like, "You're still getting checks from AEGEA?" I said, "Absolutely." And so this is one of the few products where her being a nurse, she'll call me and say, "Hey, I've got some of my patients that are seeing these stickers or the patches on my arms, and they're wanting to know what it is. What's our website?" So it's that simple. It's conversational. But guys, this 2-buy, and it's not a hard comp plan. One of the things that stands out is to earn the matching bonuses. It's not based on you having to rank other people up. You can simply sign up for reps, and you actually tap into the matching bonus size. And what I'm seeing now is my matching bonus is the main part of my checks now. So this is just a great compensation plan. And then as you start to build and your team start to build, when you factor in the rank advancement bonuses, and then you get to Platinum Elite and start tapping into the global bonus pools, it just makes this is a complete, I like to say it has all 4 legs of the chair when you look at this compensation plan. And a lot of times when I look at these plans, there's something missing. You know, hey, I wish we had matching bonuses. Hey, I wish we had rank advancement. It's simple. The layout, if you look at the compensation plan, is only about 2 pages, I believe, 2 or 3 pages, which makes it. And I've had feedback when I talk to leaders say, wow, the compensation plan is simple. And when you see it that simple, it shows you that the ownership is not trying to have those moving parts or those high hurdles. So just do your due diligence. It's a real simple plan. The 2-buy infinity is going to give you the leverage that's unheard of, and it positions you to really benefit. And one of the things I'll share is I was going real well for a few months, and then I looked up one day and saw some tremendous volume starting to come in. Well, one of my reps had placed an advertisement on a Hercules and brought in a team from Australia. And I'll tell you, it's been a joy waking up, even though it's 5 o'clock in the morning, sometime being on conference calls and webinars with them. It's well worth it. And you never know really where they kind of came from, but they are probably on my 20th level, but the volume flows up just like they were on my 2nd level. So the compensation plan is unique, it's great, and it can move fast when we put forth effort. So back to you, George.
You know, I want to end this call with some announcements from, that's great job, Charles, and thank you, Susie, so much. And I didn't get Keith to do his testimonial, but sorry about that, Keith. Maybe Keith does. Keith Wilkins, are you there? I promised you could do your testimony. Keith, you want to say hello for just a second and kind of tell us what's so powerful about the products?
What I find so powerful about it is that it works, is the main thing. Because if it didn't, I probably wouldn't be here. That's about all I can tell you. I've got personal results with myself with a wisdom tooth on January of this year, and I just always happens on a Sunday, and ended up putting I saw someone with a nitro patch and a CBD patch stuck on their jaw, and I did exactly the same thing. Pain just went straight away. Next day I had the tooth removed, had the gauze out half an hour later, was eating sourdough bread toasted at lunchtime, had dinner that night. Next day the gum had felt like it had peeled over, not like that jelly bit that you have after a tooth's been removed.
That's amazing.
But anyway,
they work, huh?
We have some really great testimonials, and yeah,
I'll save the next one. Thank you. We'll get you on the next one. Well, I wanted to end with that testimony, because what could be better than the products we have right here? It's what's coming this month and next month. And Jeff asked me to announce that we're coming out with a product towards the end of this month that is like no other product out there. We're getting to the hard product area, and what's important is that this product is going to help people introduce themselves to frequencies in products, and it'll help people that are on our patches who want to get this hard product and the hard product and want to get the patches. They're going to work interchangeably and synergistically together. You won't necessarily have to lead now with these products, what we call the patches, the cards, and the frequency or the holograms, and it'll allow us to really get into a market that's worldwide, that everybody can use this product. In fact, it's probably one of the most unique, powerful products that everybody can use ever. And what's going to be important is to understand that each one of these products, as we come out with them, will be frequency based, and that will work in conjunction with our energy hologram. So it is going to be a new day here at AEGEA. I think it's going to help explode the business. For those who are here and stayed around, we know frequencies work. We know that it's an incredibly cutting edge area of medicine and of health. But what if we were to combine that with more traditional products and combine the frequencies with those? I think it's going to be a whole new day. Suzi, why don't you give us your view on that, and we'll let everybody go.
Well, I am excited for the future. It's kind of what I have said, that with this technology, this advanced quantum resonance, we have tremendous flexibility, and we can adjust to anything that, to any new health discovery that's taking place in the marketplace. And I like to say, anything that anybody else can do, we can do better. And so the future is very, very bright, and I look forward to being able to tell everybody about the actual new products that are coming. So thank you tonight, George.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it AEGEA 2.0 or 3.0, wherever we're at, because
that sounds great.
It's going to take us to a whole new arena, and I think that it's a great chance to reach out to everybody who maybe is on the sideline and watching for a little bit, and tell them, look at the new AEGEA. It's coming fast and hard, and Jeff has been working 24/7 to launch this, and was just around the corner. So thank you, Jeff Cohen, for putting AEGEA on the map, and thanks for taking it to the next step, which I think will awaken the giants within us. So thank you, everybody. We'll see everybody next Tuesday, and thank you so much, Charles.
And on Saturday for Dr. Pat.
Oh yeah, Saturday with who? Why don't you introduce that once more?
Dr. Pat, she's an energy practitioner, and she will be spending the entire 30-minute time on the importance of nitric oxide and how our nitric oxide patches deliver results. So we'll be there at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here.
Great. Okay, good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, George.
Yep, bye-bye.